Abuja, the nation's capital. Meanwhile, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Simon Lalong, has appealed to the NLC leadership to plan strike, assuring them that the federal government is determined to address the concerns raised. The minister also noted that one of the major demands of the NLC in their last meeting has been met, which has to do with the release of the leadership of the Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers. President Bola Tinubu on Tuesday urged Nigerian Muslims to emulate the virtues of Prophet Muhammad as they celebrate the Eid al-Maulud. The president, in a statement by his spokesman, Ajurin Gelale, said beyond celebrating the day marking the birth of the Holy Prophet, the period should be used for deep introspection and fervent prayers, urging religious leaders to use the period to pray for the country. President Tinubu urged them to admonish their followers to take the appropriate lesson from Prophet Muhammad's life in their commitment to the country. Meanwhile, the president has expressed his administration's commitment to the country's fight against substance abuse and illicit drug trafficking as part of efforts to curtail the global drug problems. This is even as he assured he will continue to provide necessary support and tools for the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency to fulfill its mandate. The president gave the assurances while declaring open the 31st meeting of the heads of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agencies in Africa. The Senate President Godswill Akpabio has told his colleagues at the Senate to put Nigeria's interests first as they go about their various legislative functions. He made this known on Tuesday at the resumption of plenary after a 6-week recess just before the Senate dissolved into long hours of closed-door session. Also, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, urged organized labor to shelve its planned strike, saying the lower chamber will intervene in the dispute between labor and the federal government. The Independent National Electoral Commission says the Edo governorship election will be held on September the 21st, 2024, while that of Ondo State will be held on November 16th, 2024. INEC noted that the declaration is in pursuance of the provision of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Commission further said that details of the elections will be published and made public both on INEC website and across its social media platforms. A federal high court in Abuja on Tuesday restrained the Ondo State House of Assembly from impeaching the Deputy Speaker of Ondo State. Justice Emeka Nwite made the ruling shortly after the Deputy Speaker's counsel, Kayode Adebusi, moved the ex parte motion. The judge also restrained Governor Rotimi Akeredolu from nominating a new deputy governor and forwarding the same to the lawmakers for approval pending the hearing and determination of the substantive matter. The impeached chairman of the Jebu East local government area in Ogun State, Wale Adedayo, has been arraigned by the Ogun State Police Command on a 2-count charge for allegedly publishing an alleged false story about local government funds diversion by the state government. This follows a petition filed by the state government over the alleged zero allocation and diversion of local government funds by the state government, an allegation which has been denied by the government. The federal government has called on stakeholders, state, local authorities, and the private sector to collaborate towards ensuring an immediate, aggressive, as well as intensive enrollment drive for the eradication of out-of-school children phenomena in Nigeria. Minister of State for Education, Dr. Yusuf Tanko Sonono, made the call while declaring open the maiden edition of the Basic Education Summit in Nigeria. And on the foreign scene, Cameroon's Minister of Communication, René Emmanuel Sadi, has warned against speculations that the country might witness a coup amid a series of military takeovers in recent months. In a statement, it said that anyone who predicted a coup risked being arrested and prosecuted. Since Gabon's military seized power from Ali Bongo on August 30th, commentators on social media and mainstream media platforms have continued to raise the likelihood of a coup in neighboring Cameroon. And in sport, Russia will be readmitted to the European Under-17 competition for the first time since the country's invasion of Ukraine 19 months ago. This is according to UEFA. The European football's governing body says boys and girls should not be punished for the actions of adults. UEFA suspended all Russian teams from European competition when the full-scale invasion began in February 2022. It also revoked hosting rights for the 2022 Champions League final and 2023 Super Cup, which were due to be held in St. Petersburg. And that's the Citizen FM News at 6. I am Lawrence Omoiti. Good evening.